Welcome to the snowiest of March editions so far, I think, on Super Talk 1270. You're listening to Dawn and Kate from the Downtowners of Bismarck on Super Talk 1270, Free for All Fridays.
Yay,
Kate stole my script for a couple seconds, so I lost track.
Last time we were here, it was like 70 degrees or something, and now it's snowing. So someone has angered the St. Patrick's Day gods, I think, a little bit.
I think so. Maybe they celebrated too much, so or maybe they didn't celebrate enough, and that's probably the whole reason why.
Probably.
They yes. So we're going to get into our show today. Celebrate the snow that we're having. We can definitely use it a little bit.
We need the moisture.
Remember that North Dakota's still in wintertime. Anyway, for a couple more days, spring's right around the corner, everybody. I think on Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, something like that, spring pops into full force. Anyway, we're going to be having a couple guests join us today. Our first guest will be next segment. Jim Cambite with the Dakota Digital Film Festival is coming up in downtown Bismarck in not too long from now. So we'll get you all the details and upcoming events included with the film festival. And our second guest will be Toni Neslin. She is the executive director of the Bismarck Mandan Symphony Orchestra, and she'll tell us what they have in store for their last 3 performances of their 40th anniversary season, including tomorrow night's performance. So, if you have any questions, want to call in for more information, our number at the studio is 663-1270. Happens to be quite convenient. So let's talk about some upcoming events in our community. Starting last night, opening night, what is Dakota Stage's next performance, which is called Next to Normal. It will run March 17th through the 27th, and you can check out dakotastageltd.com for more information and ticket sales.
And they usually have a matinee performance the Sunday in between this Sunday, usually the Sunday in between when they do the 2 weeks of performances. So check that out, Next to Normal at Dakota Stage. They also have our next event coming up March 18th, which is today, is mini golf at the library. If you've never been to it, it's a super fun event. Bismarck Library on between 5th and 6th Street, just north of Avenue A. Mini golf. It's an event that they do a lot, at least once a year with kids and things like that. They just finished up their used book sale for the spring, which was a fantastic, gigantic event for them. And they'll do one again in the fall. So there's a lot going on at the library. Check it out. It's not just where people go and read books. You can mini golf through the library or buy books and things like that. They have lots of events, story time for kids.
Right. You can also borrow a bunch of different media as well. They have CDs and DVDs and that type of thing too. So a full-service library right in downtown Bismarck. March 19th, the Bismarck Symphony Orchestra will be presenting Fun with Fire. That's what we will be discussing a little bit later in the show as well. That will be held at the Bell Mayhews Auditorium, and our guest, Toni, will be talking with us a little later about that.
Yeah, also March 19th, Best of the 90s Party Drag Show and Dance at the Radisson Hotel. Madison put this together for us, the other person at our office. She's like, make sure you go to the drag show, have some fun, Best of the 90s, even though she was born in 1991.
I'm not necessarily sure what the Best of the 90s is. I lived through the 90s pretty...
Jim's? CNC Music Factory, I see that.
There are a lot of khaki pants.
I don't know, that will be at the drag show,
shirts.
But... the 90s are coming back, and that scares me a little bit.
Weird platform, like tennis shoe type thing.
Yeah, if hypercolor shirts come back, we'll know it's back in full force, I think. Okay, well, geez, wow.
The Clintons.
Yeah.
Well,
Full House is back? I mean, come on.
I guess.
Something should have stayed in the 90s, and I think Full House should have probably stayed there. Not that I don't love seeing John Stamos' beautiful Greek face every once in a while, but... it should have stayed there.
A memory, just a wonderful memory, right? Go out on top.
The Radisson, that's at the Radisson, again, March 19th. Check it out.
March 22nd is an event at 1603 Main Events. It's their March Wine Club. They will be featuring Prairie Rose Meadery, so they will be featuring mead versus wine. Mead is a honey wine, and so if you're looking to do a little something different, have some fun with your friends or maybe a significant other, check out 1603 Main Events. They always have a ton of things coming up.
They really do, and we're talking about their murder mystery and things like that coming up as well. It's just not in our scan of events that we're going to talk about, but check out their website. They're also doing live comedy, some of these wine dinners. Jim's been to some of the murder mystery dinners and things like that, so check out 1603 Main Events. Like I said, they're doing a lot of stuff. March 24th, 1603 Main Events is going to have live comedy. Check that out for a laugh.
And on March 27th, which happens to be Easter Sunday, they will be having an Easter brunch. So go to their website, check out the times. I'm sure it will be very tasty.
Yeah. Also, coming up at Crabapple Floral, and they do these, fairly often, these kind of workshops and things. So if you're interested in flowers or making flowery type things,
And
they're
I
doing.
have done some of these workshops. So
Yeah,
it's been
they've
pretty
done
fun.
like wreath workshops for Christmas and things like that. For the Downton Abbey finale, they did a thing where you could bring your hat in and they would put a whole bunch of flowers in it and you'd be super duper British. So, but coming up March 31st, they're going to be doing a terrarium workshop at Crabapple. You can sign up on their website, which is crabappleflowers.com, and check it out. So if you're interested in terrarium type things, but they always have some really cool different floral activities and events that are going on. I didn't do the Downton Abbey hat thing because I'm not a hat person. I look terrible in a hat.
I think you could have put some in your stocking.
That's
cap.
true. That's true.
Could have been pretty.
But
fancy.
Kelsey, who's the owner at Crabapple Floor, just completely talented person. Great
Yes,
person.
absolutely. April 1st, we have stand-up comedy at Dakota Stage featuring Gabe Noah. And always, again, get your tickets early when you go to these because they go quickly and sell out fast.
April 2nd, Williams and Ree at the Bill Mayhew's Auditorium.
Again, best of the 90s coming back with Williams and Ree. Whoa, blast from the past.
The 90s it was like 20-some years ago. It just doesn't seem possible.
I think it was just
Oh my
yesterday.
gosh. Oh, Lordy.
Goodness.
Also, just wanted to mention April 8th, the Sanford Health Great American Bike Race is going to be at Century High School, and the Dakota Digital Film Festival will be April 8th at the Bill Mayhew's Auditorium. We're going to get the big scoop on that from Jim Cambites. After the break, you're listening to the Downtowners on Super Talk 1270 AM.
Right now, 28.
Super Talk 1270, home of the Bismarck Bobcats and high school sports. Listen online or anywhere on the Radio Pub app. Super Talk 1270.
And we're back again on Free For All Fridays with the Bismarck Downtowners. I'm Dawn, the Executive Director. With me is Kate and Jim. And we have another guest in studio right now. Jim Cambites with the Dakota Digital Film Festival is joining us. I call it our Jim Squared segment.
It's a Jim sandwich.
Oh, I like the Jim's sandwich. Okay.
I'll be the meat in your guys' Jim sandwich. Or at least the mayonnaise or something.
Okay, Kate. It's almost Saturday. You're doing good.
Powering through, Jim.
Make us the bodies.
So we're going to be talking about the Dakota Digital Film Festival. And if you have any questions or would like more information while we're discussing it, please give us a call at 663-1270. Like I said, our first guest today is Jim Cambites with the film festival, and that is coming up on April 8th in downtown Bismarck at the Bell Mayhew's. Welcome to our show, Jim. Thanks for joining us.
Yay! That's one of my favorite events that Bismarck has, or you guys have created, but that Bismarck has gotten that we should really have, in the last 5-6 years. And so I really look forward to the film festival
because we know you've been there. Every
Yeah,
year.
It's great.
I remember from the beginning.
It's really fantastic.
If people haven't been to the film festival, what I try and tell them is, and maybe you can explain a little bit more, but it's, we're not there with like berets on and, watching a whole bunch of, films with subtitles and stuff. Although
Right,
there are
all
some
one
very highly created films, there are also some really fun ones. It is more of an entertainment piece, and we'll trick you into learning about films, right?
It's a super fun night. We're not film snobs. We want high quality, but we're there to have a great time and to support local filmmakers.
So the day session, if people don't know, you have a day session and then the evening session. The day session, you have student things going on. Tell us a little bit about what happens during the day, April 8th, for the film festival.
So it's structured like a typical school day because we do have a lot of high school and college students coming. So it's from 9 to 2:45 with a break for lunch, and it's full of production workshops by local professionals and some regional that we bring in, and student films. So we'll watch a block of student films, they'll get some critique, they'll come up on stage, talk a little bit, and then we'll go into a production workshop. And the production workshops are pretty incredible because it's professionals from all sorts of industries. It can be acting, it can be camera, directing. This year we have a lady originally from Bismarck, coming back from Minneapolis. She's worked on the Olympics and Super Bowls, and she was part of the team that rigged the first camera, a cable cam that we now use in every football game
Really?
that flies across
I
the
see
stadium.
it slide across the
Yeah.
field. Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah, so Jillian Nodland, she's coming back to give a workshop and share what she does on the really high-end scale in Minneapolis, and then she's going to give us tips on how we can do it with a small budget here.
And she's been part of the film festival in the past, too.
Yeah.
Right.
A big supporter.
Yes.
I did go to the day session once. It might have been like the first or second film festival, and nerd alert. I like Harry Potter, and I've watched a lot of Harry Potter, and some kid did kind of the scene in one of the last Harry Potters where they're running through the woods and wand things at people and people are flying, and it was almost seamless. And it came from a kid who was like 19, and shot for shot from Harry Potter, that kind of sequence. It was amazing.
It really was.
If you're
I remember
expecting
that.
like a cutout cloud that's flying around, these kids are going to blow you away. They do a great job.
Yeah, and it is free and also open to the public. You don't just have to be a student to come. It is geared towards students, but anyone is welcome. All we ask is that you sign up in advance if possible, and if not, when you're at the door, please register, get your name on a card there so we know who's all in the building, since we do have college students and high school students there to be accountable for.
Sure.
Yeah, and we also have a lot of other neat collaborations happening during the day session. It's pretty magic in that this is really about North Dakota filmmakers and Bismarck film professionals coming together and saying, hey, we want to help share our knowledge with the public. We have the guys from DNN Cinematics that are helping out with workshops. We have the Threefold brothers coming to do a workshop on interview techniques, professional interview techniques. We have University of Mary professors Marek Deutsch and Daniel Bielinski coming to do an acting. Well, actually, last year Mark Dan did a piece on acting, but this year he's going to be focusing on how they directed and took apart this film, how they produced it on the pre-production side, and then how they did their marketing and everything post-production, as well as color grading and music scoring. So it's a neat collaboration of colleges like University of Mary, BSC, and then local professionals and a ton of volunteers.
Right. We're talking with Jim Cambites. He's with the Dakota Digital Film Festival coming up at the Bell Mayhews, April 8th in downtown Bismarck. Talking a little bit about the day sessions, things to learn. Have you seen that part of it grow? Because we've seen, and we've commented on it before, that videography in this town has shot up immensely in the last X amount of years, partly because we have some of these new businesses that are doing that. Are you seeing this grow and people really getting into it and producing some real good products?
Yeah, it's growing, and what we're more excited about is not necessarily the quality of the products, because you want students to make as many mistakes and push the envelope as possible, but we're excited about the participation of the students. And we have students from Glen Olin, from
that's
Underwood,
fantastic.
from Hazen, from Oaks, from all over the region, busing in to attend. So there's over 200 students this year, and it's really neat to see the enthusiasm with the teachers and the staff supporting these students as well.
So was that the impetus of starting the film festival 5 years ago? Was it the kind of the students and training and getting some workshops, or was it more about the short films, or what was kind of we really need to do this because X?
Well, it's part of our mission at Dakota Media Access to build community through media. And we want to support the industry as much as possible. We want to support the arts as much as possible. We know there are so many incredible artists and musicians, actors, videographers, editors here in Bismarck, and we need a venue to showcase these and show them off to the community, because they're there but you don't see them.
Right. I think you nailed that on the head. Kate and I talk about that a lot, about how much talent there is in town or in our community here or in our surrounding area. And I'm always so just impressed or grateful is a better word, that people stay here and choose to grow their talent here.
Eventually what it does is it gets rid of those turn in a chair and spin commercials, like, hi. So I've done a couple of those. And we'll get away from those. But the quality is just going up and up, which is really great. We'll talk a little bit about the evening session, too, and then maybe get into just some of the background of the festival itself. But the evening session, it starts at 7 p.m. You have award-winning short films from local filmmakers, as well as, makers around the world. Tell us what you have in store this year, about how many short films you're going to do, and maybe describe a little bit about what they are like or what we can expect.
Sure. Well, they're still deliberating, so the final
Okay.
the final selections haven't yet been announced, but it's normally anywhere between 10 and 12. Not quite sure.
Okay.
I really can't say. I'd have to kill
I put 'em on
everybody
the
here
spot.
if I did.
Okay.
Right.
And then everybody out there in the listening audience, and I'm not
Oh,
a
that's
violent
just,
man.
you don't have that much time.
No.
But yeah.
But we do have really neat collaborations, and we have some filmmakers from Bismarck who are now living in LA and out in the world coming back for this to actually represent their films, not to mention local filmmakers here in Bismarck that will be on stage premiering their films. And
Is there an age limit for the evening session?
no.
Okay.
Well, as far as the viewing audience,
Right.
it's normally about a PG-13.
Okay.
There isn't like graphic nudity or really crazy violence, but there's some adult language, and we'd ask that it's like a normal PG-13-ish audience.
And once in a while, you have some serious subject
Yeah.
matter as well.
Back to the Future was PG-13.
I know.
We let kids watch that, so.
Right.
But
I like the mix. I guess when we've been there, I like the mix. You have drama, you have comedy. You really have a good mix, and I really want to get that out to people, that it's, I think people think of a film festival, they kind of, pinkies up, but
no,
it's
there's,
really fun
there's
and
something
accessible.
for everybody.
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
absolutely a genre for everybody, and we try to balance it out that way. We want it to be light and fun, too, and we grab a lot of the fun films.
And have you seen the audiences grow now, Jim, that you've been doing it for, this is your 5th year, right?
Yeah, it's our 5th year. It is getting bigger. More people are coming. We still want more, so definitely come buy your tickets
Sure.
and support. Come enjoy it. Make it even bigger. We want to fill the bell. It's 850 seats, so we need everybody there.
It's
That's
been pretty
great.
full when we've been there. I mean,
Right.
at least the last couple of years that I can recall, you guys have done well. Tell people where they can get tickets, what's the best way to get tickets, and how to register for the day sessions.
Sure. So to get tickets, it's $18 at the door if you just want to show up at the bell that day. However, if you get in advance, it's more affordable. It's $15. Great price. And you can get your tickets either at Dakota Media Access at 307 North 4th Street, or you could go online and purchase at dakotadigitalfilmfestival.org, or call 701-258-8767. And the the day session, if you'd like to register, it's the same information.
Okay.
Contact Dakota Media Access, call us, or go online.
They'll get you registered up if you're interested in it. Now, everyone has a video camera on their phone and everything else. I just think this is going to blow up and take off because more people want that high quality product, and it's easier to do because of equipment. Generally, I think.
And one other thing I wanted to jump in and mention
Sure.
before the end here, that Laughing Sun Brewery this year is doing it again. They're having a pre-party
yeah.
sort of
Right.
event a week in advance. So that's April 1st, a week before the April 8th Film Festival. And then they call it the pre-brewed films that night. Pre-brewed because they're actually pre-viewed. It's films from previous years brought together in a collection. It starts at 7:30 p.m. And there's going to be a live band. And between breaks and before and after the band play, they're going to screen some of the most fun films to watch in that sort of a bar atmosphere.
And what was the date on that?
That's April 1st at the
April
Laughing
1st.
Sun.
Okay, so a week before the film festival, if you want to see what they showed previous years, check out Laughing Sun. Go there if you want to get your tickets for the film festival April 8th, or you want to sign up for the day sessions, go to dakotamediaaccess.org or call them. Find them on Facebook, get tickets everywhere. It's a great event, the Dakota Digital Film Festival, April 8th at the Bell Mayhews in downtown Bismarck. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back on Super Talk 1270 AM.
supertalk1270.com.
And welcome back to Free for All Fridays with the Bismarck Downtowners on Super Talk 1270. I want to give a great big thank you to Jim Cambites from the Dakota Digital Film Festival for visiting us in our second segment today. The Dakota Digital Film Festival is just one of my all-time favorite events in the community. please join them on April 8th for the day and or evening sessions. We'll give you some more information later on the show. But right now, we want to get to our next guest, Toni Neslin. She is the executive director of the Bismarck Mandan Symphony Orchestra. And we're going to talk about what's coming up with the symphony. Hi, Toni.
Hey, Donna, how are you?
We're great. How are you today?
You know, I am just lovely. Absolutely lovely. It's concert week. I couldn't be any better.
You are just lovely, Toni. That's for sure.
The Bismarck Mandan Symphony Orchestra has an event tomorrow night, has a concert, as we're continuing on with your 40th season, Light a Fire. And you've been able to light a fire this season. Toni, tell us about what you have coming up tomorrow night at the Bell Mayhew's Auditorium.
Certainly. Tomorrow night at 7:30 at the Bell, we're going to be doing our fifth concert of our season, and it's called Fun with Fire. And Phil Auberg from Chester, Montana, he is a composer and a piano player. He played with the Alvin Bishop Band and Peter Gabriel.
Wow.
He's been
You really got Kate with
Emmy
Peter Gabriel.
Nominations, and he is going to be our guest artist. And we're also going to be doing Beethoven's Fifth, the PDQ Bach version, which is done like a sporting event. It's really quite funny. Beverly Everett, our conductor, has to spend some time in the penalty box. And there's a fight between her and the oboist, Tanya
Nice.
Mertz. And it's just a fun evening. So we're going to have fun with fire.
That's so clever. I love this kind of whimsical take on it all.
We do our best. We try to, incorporate just about everything that we can because music is so diverse, and the orchestra wants to keep up with that and, just sort of meet the needs of the community. One thing I will tell you guys about, yesterday we had our youth orchestra concert, or our education concert was yesterday. We had almost 1,200 fourth graders at two different concerts in the Bell Mayhew's, and the second one at 1 o'clock. The last piece that Beverly does is a medley from Frozen, and until you have heard 700 children sing Let It Go, you have not lived. And if you go to our website, bismarckmandansymphony.org, you can see little snippets of the kids singing and cheering and clapping, and it was just so heartwarming and so much fun.
And you guys do that every year. You have kids that come in and teach them what the symphony is and have them listen to it and really try and cultivate that from the young age. We
do. And, bless the public school system. It's part of their system with the SIPS program, and they're the ones that start this and put it on, and we just kind of carry it through.
Sure.
But it's just so much fun to get these kids in there and let them see what an orchestra looks like and sounds like, and it's just fun.
We're talking with Toni. She's with the Bismarck Mandan Symphony Orchestra. They have a concert coming up tomorrow night, Saturday night at the Bell Mayhew's. We were talking with Jim Cambites with the Dakota Digital Film Festival in our previous segment about, I think people have some preconceived notions about what a film festival is, that you're, you get your pinkies up and you're reading subtitles. I think there's kind of a misconception with the symphony. Although you have excellent quality, it's really accessible. I was at, your pop concert in January, and Beverly dressed up as Darth Vader, and you did, things like that. Tell people a little bit about, do you think that it's accessible for everybody? Is that kind of the misconception that it's too highbrow or something like that?
People get that conception that it's a little highbrow, and people will call me and say, this is the first time I've been to the symphony, what do I wear? And I tell them, dress up if you want, make it a date night if you want, wear Levi's if you want. We just want you to come and be comfortable and enjoy the music and to be a part of the community that gets to share in this beautiful orchestra. So there was a time when, the symphony was a little highbrow, and, we still get that way once in a while, but it's for everybody.
Right.
Like our logo says, it's your community, your neighborhood, your orchestra.
And I think you really show that the truth behind that with the types of events that you do, whether it's, having fun with pop culture, Frozen, medley, doing the Rush Hour series, that type of thing, making it more accessible to people.
You've really put Beverly through the ringer, dressing up. She's doing a little acting. You guys are really stretching her, aren't you?
We are. We're doing our best. We're trying to, break her out of her little conductor shell up there on her little square that she has when she gets up on the podium. We're trying to get her out more and get her to do more things. But I have to say, first of all, though, the Darth Vader outfit was her idea.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, you heard it here
So-
first, folks.
Yeah, and it was pretty fun to watch her try to, in rehearsal, to walk across the stage with the Darth Vader mask on because she couldn't really see where she was at and what she was doing. So that was really quite fun.
For those of you who don't know, usually the symphony does, music from films and TV and things like that. Usually the January concert, I believe. And Beverly, their conductor, dressed up as Darth Vader as they did some Star Wars theme.
With
It
cape,
was just,
mask, and lightsaber.
it was great. And you guys do a great job. You had Jared Peipenberg when he was at KX, Tell Peter and the Wolf. He was the KX weatherman. I mean, you're really doing some interesting things with the symphony. So, we give you a shout out, applaud you. You've got a couple more events coming up, one on April 16th. Let everyone know about that event.
That is for the Muse of Fire, and that is with Gareth Cordray. Gareth Cordray's mom used to be a fellowship at Dickinson, and so she would drive him over to be a part of our youth orchestra.
Wow.
She is now a professor at Monmouth College, and Gareth is now graduating from high school. He's 18, and he is an unbelievable, fabulous piano player. So he will be here. It's like he's coming home. And then our last concert of the season is on May 14th, and that will be in Mandan at the high school, and that is with local Chuck Suki, and it's called Fire Up Finale.
I think that's a great way to do the finale for your 40th anniversary.
Right, and the other thing I want to tell you guys about is Medora is going to go dark 3 nights this summer, and they offered up one of those nights to us. So on August 22nd, the stage at the Burning Hills Theater will be for the Bismarck Mandan Symphony Orchestra.
Oh, my God. That's going to be kick butt, Tony.
Do you guys have a
Yeah, we're
program?
putting
kind
together
of
quite a show. We're
Okay.
going to have Emily Walter is going to come and sing because I don't know if people know this, but she's not going back to Medora this year. And so she's going to come and do some singing with us. And also we've invited Phil Auberg, our guest artist on tomorrow night's concert, to come back. And so we're going to make it just a whole big extravaganza. And those tickets go on sale on the Medora website on April 16th, or 26th, I'm sorry.
April 26th.
And this is something brand new to the symphony orchestra, correct?
Yes, it is. It is totally brand new. We've wanted to go out there for a really long time, but never really had an opportunity to. And Randy gave us a call and said, we want you guys out here. And we're like, we're in. Let's go.
That is going to be a ton of fun. And what a great venue for the symphony. It'll be interesting to see, how what you pick to play and things just shoot up out of that amphitheater, kind of right at your ears. It's a really interesting venue to play for sure.
Beverly, she'll put together a phenomenal
I know
yes.
she does a great
schedule,
job.
and it'll be just great.
You said your finale for the 4th season has Chuck Suki. How is that? Kind of what is the music about there with Chuck? Obviously, Chuck plays the accordion. He plays the guitar, the mandolin. Are you going to use all his many talents?
We will use all of his many talents. That last concert is a pop concert, so we just break it out, and we'll do some bluegrass stuff of our own, and we'll do some of the pop stuff that Chuck has written, and we'll just meld it all together and show what a orchestra backing up a guy on a guitar or a man on an accordion can do.
You guys have ventured into places that few symphonies have gone, which is, I think, been really great. Tell people for at least the 2 things that you have going on tomorrow and then your other concert at the Bell, where people can get tickets, how they get tickets, and the prices.
Certainly. Our tickets range from $31 to $9 for students, and, of course, it depends on where you sit. It is really one of the most economical evenings out you can have. And our tickets are available at bismarckmandansymphony.org. That's our website, or you can call me here at the office at 701-258-8345, or you can come in. We're in the War Memorial Building, which is in between Sanford and the Bell, and we're usually here from 9 until 4:30, Monday through Friday. And our concert tomorrow night is Fun with Fire. We still have some decent seats available, but they're going really fast.
Good.
And then our concert on April 16th is for the Muse of Fire, and I still have a number of seats available for that, but again, those are going pretty quick too.
And then your first time out at the Medora musical area, the Burning Hills Amphitheater, tickets go on sale. You said April 26th, but the performance is August 27th in Medora. Is that correct?
It's August 22nd in
22nd,
Medora.
excuse me.
Yeah, and the only place you can buy those tickets is on the Medora website.
Okay, and those go on sale April 26th. I'm guessing that's going to be a quick sellout, so you might want to get there pretty close
Yes.
from April 26th to get those tickets.
Out of curiosity,
Exactly.
do you know how many the amphitheater seats?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's close to 1,000 people, but
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
It seems like it because it seems fairly comparable to the Bell, which is about 800.
Yeah,
But
so many great things going on with the symphony. Thanks so much, Tony, with the Bismarck Man and Symphony Orchestra. They have a concert tomorrow night. You can still get tickets. Also, their last two concerts for the 40th season, April 16th at the Bell Mayhews, and then May 14th at the Mandan High School Auditorium, I believe, as well as a new addition. They're going to be out at the Burning Hills Amphitheater in Medora on August 22nd. Tickets go on sale April 26th, Medora Amphitheater, Burning Hills website, something like that. You can find that the Bismarck Band and Symphony Orchestra on their site as well for tickets for those last three shows of the year. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back on Super Talk 1270.
Right now, 27.
Weekends with Twilight Zone Radio on Super Talk 1270.
and thank you for joining us once again in our home stretch of Free for All Fridays with the Bismarck Downtowners on Super Talk 1270. Thank you so much to Tony Neslin with the Bismarck Band and Symphony Orchestra for joining us in our previous segment to talk about everything that the orchestra or symphony orchestra has coming up in the next few months.
Yes, they have 3 performances, and then they're out at Medora. That's the end of their season. They start their season again in the fall, their 41st season again in the fall. So just correct. I shouldn't have said last for the year, last for their season. And then they'll start again in the fall, and they do a phenomenal job.
Good correction, Kate.
Yes.
And mark your calendars. So tomorrow is their next performance, April 16th, May 14th, and August 22nd are their final 3 for the season. August 22nd being a very special performance at the in Medora at the Burning Hills Amphitheater, which is just, I think, a beloved location by all of North Dakotans. And so check them out. Tickets go on sale for that at the Medora website on April 26th.
They got some power in that symphony at the Bismarck Band and Symphony Orchestra. So I think that amphitheater is that is going to be a phenomenal performance. I want to have to scooch out there for that.
I think so.
and
My
check it
tickets will
out.
go quickly for that one as well.
Yeah.
And again, thanks to Jim Cambites for joining us. Jim was discussing the Dakota Digital Film Festival, which will take place in just 2 weeks from now. I wish it was tonight because I love this event. Dakota Digital Film Festival is in its 5th year this year. They will be hosting again a day session and an evening session on April 8th. You can get tickets by calling Dakota Media Access, or you can visit their website at dakotadigitalfilmfestival.org, or find them on Facebook. Tickets are $15 in advance for the evening session, or $18 at the door. You can attend the day session for free. Just make sure you register with them.
Yeah, and like Jim said, if you've never been to the film festival, don't be intimidated by it. They're well done, but accessible things. There's maybe 10-ish
Right.
number of short films, anywhere between 3 minutes and 20 minutes or something
Right.
like that. So you get a whole bunch in a row. There's been some really funny ones, in a way, some really creepy ones. That
Kate always talks
Yeah.
about the creepy one.
There was one about a dentist and going to the dentist, and if you have a phobia about going to the dentist, you would have just jumped out of your chair. But it was funny, and it was well done. So it's just a phenomenal event. Check it out. It's nothing to be intimidated by.
No, definitely not, because as Kate remembers that one, I always remember this. My favorite one was probably like a 2-minute short cartoon that had to do with like cowboy poets, basically. It was
That was really funny.
a very basic poem, but it was very kind of dry and very funny that way.
It's a great event. Check it out. Dakota Digital Film Festival, April 8th. Again, both the things, the symphony and the Dakota Digital Film Festival happen at the Bell Mayhews on a regular basis. Also, Jim wanted us to mention with the film festival, the week prior to the film festival, which is the 1st of April, at Laughing Sun Brewing, starting at 8 o'clock, they're going to show pre-brewed films, which are films that they had in the previous
Right.
film festival. So if you unsure if you can go on April 8th and you want to see what it's going to be about, go to Laughing Sun, check out the films there. You'll see kind of how the festival is structured,
Right.
and then you can buy your tickets for April 8th. So check that out. You can check it out sort of,
a preview
Yeah.
of it, and you can see the kind of type of movies that they show, the quality, that type of thing. But it's really a fantastic event.
So 2 really big events coming up in downtown Bismarck. Our last few shows have really been centered around a lot of big events. We're getting to sort of the finales of some of the performing arts groups and things like that we have in downtown Bismarck, at least for the season, not for the year. And they'll start again after the summer. But a few other things that we have going on downtown Bismarck, we wanted to let you know about. One of our members, Bombshell Salon, does a great event called Every Woman Deserves to Be a Bombshell. And what they do is have you bring in beauty or makeup products or hair tools, things like that, and Bombshell will donate them to the local women's shelter. And then you'll receive 2 free products from Bombshell team when you donate, and a percentage of those sales will also go to the shelter. So,
Right.
we've got a lot of great members downtown that are doing things for the community. Highly encourage you to check out that event, bombshellsalonnd.com.
Yes. And another member, Pure Skin Aesthetic and Laser Center, will be hosting an event called Lines and Lattes.
It's kind of funny.
During this event, you can learn about line and wrinkle reduction from the skincare experts at Pure Skin and the Mertz Aesthetics team. Lattes, light bites, and door prizes will be provided. Lines and Lattes will be located at Pure Skin, which is in Broadway Center at 100 West Broadway Avenue. Their suite is Suite 120, and it will be held on Wednesday, March 23rd from noon to 2:30 p.m. So check them out. Again, Pure Skin Aesthetics and Laser Center at 100 West Broadway, Suite 120.
Yeah, also one of our other members in downtown Bismarck, Magic Photo Art. If you've not been there, it's on 5th Street, about 120 North 5th Street. They have the old vintage pictures of Bismarck and Mandan and some other areas. They were at some shows recently. They've got some new products in. We were scooching in there the other day and saw some of their new products that they had essentially kind of remastered, if you want to call it, from old film and photography. So check it out. They've got a lot of new prints. I wanted us to mention it, doing some new framing as well. So all of our galleries downtown do a fantastic job. Usually the first Friday of the month, they have their
First or second
Friday
Right.
of the month, they have their openings for their monthly gallery exhibits. So always check that out. And you can visit our website, downtownbismarck.com, for that information as well. We usually have that up in the newsletters.
And if you haven't visited the current exhibits, Bismarck Arts and Galleries Association and Bismarck Artist Co-op, Bismarck Downtown Artist Cooperative, they both have some really fantastic gallery exhibits going on now, as well as Art Gallery on Main. So you can really make like an evening of it or a late afternoon, something like that. But check them out. They have some fantastic artists always showing their work. And anytime the doors are open, you can go visit their galleries. And there's, like we talked about with Jim Cambites, there is amazing talent in our community and region, and it's wonderful to celebrate it.
Yeah, also coming up in downtown Bismarck, since we're the downtowners and we put on some of our own events, we wanted to get you some information about our German Days event. This year, it's fake drum roll, we are going to extend our Downtowners German Days event, and we're going to start Thursday evening. We're going to kick things off with a ceremonial keg tapping. We have ordered a ceremonial keg
From Germany.
complete with wooden hammer and spigot for tapping.
I believe it's a brass spigot. Is that correct?
I'm not sure if it's brass, but it's some kind of spigot.
I'm going to say it's brass. It makes it sound so fancy.
Our Downtowners German Days last year in July was Friday and Saturday. We kind of looked at other German events and we thought, what are the traditions that we're missing? And one of them is a keg tapping. Mm-hmm. It's generally done by the mayor or the Bürgermeister, and you're hearing it here first. That Mayor Seminary has agreed to be our Bürgermeister keg tapper Thursday, July 14th at German Days in the evening. We're going to start at 5 o'clock and go to 11 o'clock at night. The keg tapping will be a little bit after dinner time. We're trying to get him to wear a hat. I think he probably will. Maybe later.
I think he might get into it a little bit more than just the hat. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yes. He's known for wearing hats already, so that's no big deal. We have to push him a little bit, push the limits.
I think it's going to be great. We have a lot of great polka bands coming up for our German Days. Again, it's July 14th through the 16th in downtown Bismarck. We're right on Main Avenue in the depot parking lot between 4th and 5th Street. So we're going to add another half day to that event because it was just really well received. It was really fun. And kind of add some of these traditional things that should really happen at an event, including the ceremonial keg tapping.
We've started to put together a list of food that will be that vendors will be serving. Like Kate said, our polka bands are raring to go. Basically, this is German Days is an event that is centered around German traditions as well as local German Russian traditions. Everything German, all inclusive. It's just 2.5 days of fantastic fun and lightheartedness.
You know, when we were trying to figure out the ceremonial keg tapping for German Days, really the tradition is that you drive the keg in a cart with horses from the brewery kind of to the area that you're tapping it. I'm not sure we'll be able to, have the horses there. We'll have to figure that out. But
maybe stick horses.
Maybe a horseless carriage, which is a cart.
Is that a cart?
But yeah, basically. But it's going to be really fun. We got some other activities that we're doing this year. Last year, we did the Stein hoisting competition. We are bringing that back. Kinderfest, which is a whole bunch of fun activities for kids that we do on Friday afternoon of German Days. Last year, we had some great performances of some Grimm's fairy tales. And so I think we're going to do a little bit of that, but we're going to do some other things as well that might involve, pantyhose and plushy piggies. So stay tuned for all of that. It's been a great show. Lots of great events happening in downtown Bismarck. Check them out. If you want to find out more about the Downtowners, you can go to downtownbismarck.com. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/downtownbismarck or on Twitter at downtownbiznd. We're also on Instagram. Madison, our very young staffers, put us on Instagram because we're too old to figure it out. For Jim Walsh and Don Kopp, I'm Kate Herzog with the Downtowners Association. We'll see you next month on Free for All Fridays on Super Talk 1270 AM.